Welcome back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Today we will find what is good and what is hidden. I hope you're well and staying blessed, enjoying life wherever you are. This is a Virgo season read for fire signs. If you do have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries highly aspected, this read is likely for you. These are timeless. If you want to check out your other reads, if you feel called to do so, I always say you should. If you'd like to book with me, you can shoot me an email, and that is listed in the description box below. We can discuss pricing. I will produce what you want, and you can pay me, and then I will send you a link. We're going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot deck for your read, for your general read, fire signs. I hope you're enjoying the season. I hope you're enjoying life. You'll have 3 rows. The first row will be your recent past. The second row will be your current energy. The third row will be your future. You will have some clarifying cards as well. The bottom of the deck will hold your overall energy. So far you have the Empress, the 7 of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Death card in reverse did also come out. Taurus or Scorpio could be of significance. Okay, fire signs, let's get the rest of your cards. King of Cups. Five of Wands. Eight of Wands. King of Pentacles. 3 of Cups. You have the 6 of Cups for your overall energy for this read. You're experiencing familiarity, memories, healing, and restoration for Virgo season. That is good for you. The recent past is the Empress, the 7 of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. The Empress is all that is feminine, right? The divine feminine card. She's the queen of all queens. She does embody beauty, fertility, nurturing, luxury, and creativity. The 7 of Cups in reverse represents diversion, disarray, lack of purpose, and confusion. The Page of Pentacles in reverse represents lack of commitment, greed, and laziness. You could be sometimes it's hard to be honest in these reads because of what I see in terms of energy, and I don't want to be mean to people on my channel, and I don't want to call them out per se when they're having bad behavior, but I can't help it if Spirit is saying that you're like doing something that you shouldn't, and I can't help it if Spirit is like warning you about things or telling you about, you tune in to get what you're supposed to know. I can't make your choices for you, so with that in mind, I will no longer be sugarcoating any fire sign reads at all. I'm gonna just try to keep it 100% and stop trying to avoid any eggshells because I'm just gonna be honest with you. Okay, so what is nurture, right? What is nurture in your life? You're having memories of what brought nurture, what brought beauty, what brought fertility. You want restoration with things that cause that, with people that cause that. You being focused and a little bit distracted, and confused, and maybe even not having a lack of purpose when it comes to this, due to lack of commitment, due to greed, due to laziness. You might literally be going through something where you want someone or something in your life, but you can't have it because of your like literal choices and actions towards that person. They wanted this to work, and then you know, like, you wanted this to work. But if you show up with this energy, this one doesn't accept that at all. Like, at all. It's not like, if you want nurture and stability, you have to be very focused on that. Not you have to be committed to that. You can't have a lack of commitment to that. You can't be stingy or greedy or lazy when it comes to this energy, because it does not work that way. And if you want restoration with an energy, you have to focus on give and take. You can't just be stingy with your energy. There you go. I said it. If you are focusing on healing and restoration because you feel like you embody the Empress, and that someone in your life is coming in and kind of just taking what you offer, but they're lazy, then you might be experiencing a moment where you're cutting them out. Although it would seem more so that this is for fire signs. The Death card in reverse, the King of Cups, and the Five of Wands for your current energy. So this is something that you were overcoming in the recent past. This is something that in the recent past you were lazy, you were stingy, you were selfish, you were not, you were confused, you know, you lacked purpose in this endeavor. And because of that, like, certain events might have happened, certain things might have happened, in which to the other person it seemed very much like you were not thinking with love. The Death card in reverse is fear of change. It's holding on, it's stagnation, it can be decay. You might be so focused on healing and restoration, or someone else is with you, that it's creating kind of like a level of decay in you or their lives. But the fear of change is, regardless of it being there, you know, you still have to think with your heart over your head. And there's passionate drama happening due to whoever's at fault behaviors. Whoever was lazy and stingy created a lot of resentment, and that is creating like issues in general, where this is like the overall energy that you're focused on. You're focused on healing and restoration, but it's almost like there has to be change for that to happen, because whatever this isn't a good dynamic. And it has to be equal give or take, or it becomes toxic to one of the people, if not both. And like, if you're fearing change, you're going to have to inevitably overcome the conflict that arises, because you stayed in situations that you shouldn't have longer than you should have, because you were afraid of change. instead of just being honest and saying, I can't do whatever it is. You might have like created fallacy ideas in which you said, I think I can do this, I promise I'll do this, etc. And then when you didn't do it, the other person felt taken advantage of, felt like there wasn't like a true commitment between the two of you. And because of that, the idea of like healing and restoration is almost obsessive, because you're both trying to figure it out, but it's just not, like you both need to start thinking like the King of Cups, which is head over heart, emotional control, balance between truly like heart over head, right? Just really being that person. And sorry guys, I got a lot going on. I need to finish your read, my bad. Got a little bit distracted. You need to release the fear of change. Be very controlled in terms of what will create emotional control, and less of this Five of Wands, which is conflict, competition, and its reality. So in the current reality, you're really experiencing this fear of change and wanting to have emotional control, but there's so much chaotic drama due to all of this kind of behavior, but also this want. So the want to build, but the lack of follow through is creating kind of a consistent drama back and forth, and it's just not healthy. So in your future, you've got the Eight of Wands, which is rapid action, movement, quick decision. You've got the King of Pentacles, which is abundance, prosperity, provider, generosity, energy. And you have the Three of Cups, which is friendship, community, happiness. So you're taking stable movements in the future to create healthy change, to where you're not, you're creating relationships in which you are more generous. And you're taking like stable, quick moment, like quick, decisive action, quick, decisive, passionate action in the future to be generous, to be more abundant, to provide more, to be really kind, to be more of a leader, if you will, in your community, in your home life, in your relationships. And you're focused on that healing and recognizing maybe where your lack of follow through, your lack of commitment created problems and drama and competition, and where your fear of change created kind of just issues. And then in the future, you're really focused on rebuilding and on healing, on how to be generous, not stingy like in the past. Your clarifying cards are the Seven of Swords and the 10 of Wands. The Seven of Swords represents deception, trickery, tactics, and strategy. The 10 of Coin, or the 10 of Pentacle, represents legacy, inheritance, culmination. Yeah. So either you are on a low end being tactical on how to create more culmination of wealth and better for yourself, or you're being like deceptive, potentially deceptive. The Seven of Swords it's the character is literally sneaking away from the camp, and a lot of people like to characterize it as the enemy's camp. So if you're with someone that you consider to be an enemy, you are trying to take as much as possible from them as you can. Whatever you've created together, you're just trying to take as much as possible. Like this character only leaves 2 swords behind because he can't carry anymore. He's literally taking as much as he can. He's planning on it in every way. So still stingy, still selfish behavior. And if you're not this person, if you're not selfish and stingy, then that's who you're up against. And they are planning on taking as much as possible. I hope you all have a beautiful season. I hope this helped you in some way, shape, or form. Love y'all. Have a beautiful season, and I'll see you in the next video.